Hello everyone. For this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to get a scene from Blender and then export it to Unreal Engine. Okay. On the description of the video there's the scene that we'll be using on the tutorial. Okay, just download it and open it on Blender. It's a very simple scene as you can see, but it's going to be work for what we need. Before you export the scene to Unreal, you have to have two things in mind. Okay, first thing is that all the objects on your scene had to have two UV coordinates. One is the UV map and the other one is the light map. Okay, on the UV map you can have the map like I'll be open the couch one. This is a very simple one, not a good one, but on the right here, as you can see, for the UV map you can make the geometry goes out of the boundaries of the texture. You can overlap like this the textures. There's no problem at all when you export it to Unreal. But on the light map they need to be separated like this. Okay, so for every single one of these maps you can see that there's a space between them. So before you export your objects, your scenes to the Unreal, you need to make sure that everything is like this. The UV map can overlap like this. There's it can be bigger, it can be smaller. That doesn't matter. But the light map need to be, they have a little bit of a margin, and they can't never overlap. To create a quick UV map, you can simply select everything like this, go here and on the light map and press U and Smart UV Project. Press OK. It's going to be creating this map for you, but you don't see the margins here. Okay, to create the margins, just select everything on the UV map editor, press Ctrl P, and it will separate a little bit the portions of the geometry. Okay, it's good enough. Now we're going to export all the scene. Just select everything. Remember one thing, Unreal gets the origin of the file, so the origin of our scene is right here, and this will be the center of the models. Every single model of the scene will be related to this origin, not to the pivot point, but this origin. So if you want to export, for instance, just get the couch, put it on the center of the scene, and then export it. Okay, now I'm gonna export it. File, export. FBX is the best format, at least in my opinion. Give it a name, scene start, it's a good name. Export, take a little bit. Okay, it's done. I guess everything is right. Just minimize it and launch the Unreal. It'll take a little bit to load. Okay, now I'll select create a blank one with started content, because we'll be using on this tutorial the started content. Name it Blender Room. Create the project. It will take a little bit to open the Unreal Engine editor. Okay, it's opening. First thing we should do is, as you can see here, the name of the map is minimal default. You don't want that. You want to give it a name, so give it room. Save it. It'll take a little while, and then change it to room. Right here on the bottom, you can see this button. Press it. You can see that there's under the content. You can see this started content. Okay. All these things I can delete it. Just press the left mouse button over it and delete it. Don't want this. Don't want this. Don't want this. This. Don't want this. The rest I'm gonna leave like this. Now press like right here on the import. Press the import button. Go to the folder where you exported your Blender file. So if I turn my case, tutorial, scene start open. Now I'll uncheck auto generate collisions. Now right here on this, press the arrow and generate light map UVs. We already did that, so I don't need that. And combine meshes, I don't need that too. Just uncheck it and import. It will take a little bit to import everything. Just wait. There's a warning message. That's okay. Just close it. Fine. Everything is here. Just now select everything. Select all the objects, and then drag and drop to your scene. Very simple. Okay. Good enough. Let's see if the okay, guess it's right. Fine. Now I want to add some materials here. I don't want to do much work because we just need to understand how it works to render the light maps. I'm gonna create a glass material. Just click here on the window, on the glass part of the window, and since we have the starter content here, you can enter on materials inside on starter content, look for the glass. You can see here and drag and drop to the objects if you want, and then there's a glass. If you're not finding what you want, you can just type here tile, ceramic tile. I guess it's better, way better now. Let's see if there's plaster or something. Wall, any basic wall, just draw it on the walls. Good enough. For the vase, let's see what I have here. I guess for the vase I'm gonna create a little. Let's see this basic floor, how does it look like? Good enough. Good. Green, kind of bluish, weird thing. Okay. For the, I guess I'm gonna create a couple of textures here. For this portion right here, click on the lamps, the spotlights, and on the MSieve right here under materials, double click the MSieve. Take a little bit to open. Okay, and add a constant vector. Just left click on the grid right here, press 1 and left click, and then connect this to give it a value of 2. I guess good enough. Apply and save. Okay, now I guess have a little bit of this shining thing. Right here it's kind of ugly. I'm gonna add chrome material here. As you can see, there's chrome here on under the materials part of the object. Just select the chrome, drag and drop here. It's way better now. Dark metal are gonna be left like that. Leave like that. For this, let's see. I guess there ain't much to use here. For the painting, I have a texture, so go back to content. I'm gonna import this texture. You can download this texture with the scene. Just take a little bit. Double click on the frame material. Should be painting, not frame, but that's okay. Click on the texture, press T and left click here, and then the texture will be already brought to the of the material. It's okay. Play, apply, save. Good. I guess it's kind of everything we need. It's sort of too ugly, but that's okay. I guess I didn't apply the subsurf modifier. Or whatever. It's good enough. We only need to. This is just for you to understand how to get to the bake process. Now, if you bake like this, is very ugly. So because I'm gonna click on one of the vases, double click here on the static mesh, select it, and down here on the static mesh settings you can see that you have light map resolutions of 64. The bigger this value is, the better the light map will be like. But if you have too big values here, the scene will be kind of heavy. So I would recommend to, when the object is small or have not much of importance, small value. So here I'm gonna, for the vases I'm gonna be give like 256. Select every single one of them and change this value. Save. Save. Okay, for the floor gonna be 2024. Save. Okay. For the walls 1024. Save. For the roof, same thing. Here 2048 because this portion is kind of bigger. There's a lot of things here. Save. For the painting 512. Good. For the frames 256. For this window here 512. This is a small scene, I don't need to worry too much about this. For a big scene you need to think about what values you put here, because it may be changing a lot how the processment would be needed to load the scene would be way bigger if you don't think about these values. So I guess 256, good. Okay. Now I'm going to add some lights on the top here. Just go to light right here and drag and drop the lights you need. Here, just pull them up here a little bit. Going to side here. To duplicate an object, just hold Alt, left click on an arrow and drag. Okay, then you can create a copy of it. Good enough. I'm going to select this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, and I'm going to drag and drop to the other side. Oh, kind of too far. Well, that's good enough. Not perfect. I'm going to take the sun lamp, this one here, rotate it a little bit to make the sun shine inside of the room, like this. I'm going to increase the intensity of it, like this would be kind of good. Well, that's good enough. I'm going to add a type here, reflect. So for this scene, I guess box reflection capture is good. Drop it here. You can see that already changes a lot of the look of the scene. So I guess we are all set. Now for rendering, you need to, I guess, if you take a look, if everything is alright, if there's a light map that's not right, or you didn't make a light map, the texture will be weird. It'll be like very small, right on the corner, light map. Okay, so there's not the case here. Go to build. Here on this drop, this arrow down here, you can choose the light quality. I'm going to choose production, that will be better. Okay, and I guess everything's alright. Just press build and wait till it's done. Okay, Now it's done. Close the message logs that would come. Maybe some problems like here. Well, problem with this UV particularly because, well, on the file that I'll send you, this will not happen because I guess I forgot to apply the subsurf modifier to the couch. And anyway, you can see here that the scene is baked and the lights, if you press G, everything that not belong to the meshes on the scene will disappear. You can see that it's baked, it's kind of looking good enough. It's not perfect, far from perfect actually, but it's working, and I hope you guys use this tutorial for something. I'm sorry, my English is not very good, and this is my first tutorial, so I hope you enjoy it, and well, till next time.